So Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super episode 130. I feel like, well, spoilers, I guess, for anybody wanting to watch that episode. Ultra Instinct Mastered? Yeah, no. Just no. So, I think it's pretty obvious I wasn't very hyped around Ultra Instinct Mastered, and my main reasoning was the design was lazy as shit. It was pretty obvious they were just wanting to use it so they could cut corners in animation. So all they would have to do is take a clip that they already did, change the hair, maybe remove the shirt, and bam, you got a new piece of animation. And also because they just wanted to give Goku a new form, or whatever. And I kept getting told, oh wait till you see it in action. Wait till you see it in action. Wait, Super Nintendo, wait till you see it in action. It's gonna change your mind. No, it was basically just treated as a Super Saiyan form on top of Ultra Instinct. And on top of that, it's not even fucking mastered. It's not a mastered fucking form. Why is it called mastered? Why is it called Mastered Ultra Instinct? Because he can use offense and defense? Bullshit! There are multiple points in this episode where he could have dodged. Multiple points where he could have blocked. No, it's fucking situational. And on top of that, at the end of the episode, he loses the fucking form because the only explanation they give is the form's power is too much for his body to take. But he's not actually if you don't have to spend any energy, if your body automatically does this shit, does attacks without thinking, dodges without thinking, what energy is there to use? All that energy that he would have to use to move fast and to attack is no longer being used except for the energy blast. But like shit like that don't seem to actually cause any backlash. So it's like, ugh. And you know what? The design, the introduction to this form was badass. I still don't like the design, but they did really good for the introduction. But they still could have sold me on this form, because when you get right down to it, what exactly is Super Saiyan? It's also a lazy ass form. It's just his hair spikes up and his hair turns gold and his eyes turn green, and that's just about it. His muscle mass increases also, but for the most part, they point this out themselves. Oh what a useless transformation. You changed your hair, so what? So yeah, that's kind of true. But they still could have sold me on this form. They fucked it up. They didn't have to say, oh well, the energy it's taking its toll on Goku. No, all they had to say was he started to think about his movements, so then he lost the Mastered Ultra Instinct. That's all they had to fucking do! God! The show is fucking stupid. Fucking terrible. Oh, and the twist that everybody could see coming, whether you read the spoilers or not, Frieza's still in the tournament, he saves Goku, and, Android 17 is back, even though he's self-destructed. I'm sure they're gonna explain it like he just blew up his, I don't know. They're gonna give some kind of lazy explanation for that. I just know it. God! I don't want to hate a Dragon Ball show this much. I don't want to be this annoyed. Like in I relatively recently started rewatching my Dragon Ball collection on the shelf back there. All of Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball Z, all of Dragon Ball GT, the movies, and extrapolating different things that don't make sense. And you know what? For the most part, Toriyama, whenever he writes stuff, for the most part, he tries to cover his ass. He tries to come up with stuff that at least makes sense within the narrative whenever he does change stuff. Very rarely, from what I've seen, does he actually just leave shit in that don't make sense. Like, for example, in Dragon Ball, it's stated that those killed by the demon realm do not go to heaven or hell when they die, but Goku and Raditz were both killed by Piccolo, a member of the Demon Clan. Raditz shouldn't be going to hell. Goku shouldn't even. Neither of them should be in the afterlife. It's stated that they don't go to the afterlife in the manga, from what I can remember. And Krillin comes back to life, even though he was killed by Tambourine. Master Roshi I'll give leeway on because he wasn't killed by Piccolo directly. He died from his own fucking move. I forget if Chaozu was actually killed directly by the Demon Realm or if he died from his own move like Master Roshi did. But they shouldn't be able to wish them back to life, basically, is kind of the point. But very rarely does he leave stuff in that doesn't make sense from what I can... And when he does come up with something, he tries to cover his own ass. Does it work all the time? No. But for the most part, he tries to cover his ass. Dragon Ball Super doesn't do this. Now, if you want a more in-depth analysis, or more in-depth rant, I guess, on why... on stuff like that for Dragon Ball Super, go watch my other rants. I'll put them in the link in the description, and also at some point I will add little things in the end card so you can get right to them. But Dragon Ball Super, whenever they do try to cover their ass, it doesn't make sense, not even in the slightest. The Vegeta survives his final explosion, and the only explanation they give is his body is stronger now, so he can withstand the attack. But two things. One, that's not how the move works. It works by converting your life force into energy and then exploding every ounce of energy you have. You don't have a life force, you die. And also, even if that wasn't the case, and that his body is stronger now, isn't he using a stronger version of the attack because he is stronger and because he's using mastered super or ultra? Sorry for this. I just ate dinner and I keep feeling like I'm gonna burp. And he's using Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolution, which, by the way, is a stupid-ass fucking name. They should have just called it Ultra Blue, considering they multiple times call it they call Super Saiyan Blue just Blue. But I digress. He's using a stronger version of the attack, rendering the his body is stronger argument entirely fucking pointless. And at the end of the episode, it's like Vegeta used up all of his power in that attack. Guess what happens not even 30 seconds later within the narrative? Yeah, he goes back into blue evolution. It's just... God! pretty sure it's because both of those episodes are written by different people, but you have to be able to watch the fucking episode. And even if that was the case, that it was written by different people, you gotta watch the episode before they fucking go up. Otherwise you get stupid shit like this. And if that was the case, they could always just fucking record the dialogue. Considering they had a fucking week to do it. It's... God. Dragon Ball Super is so fucking terrible that the more and more I think about it, I feel closer to getting an aneurysm. And it's not a good feeling. You know, there is a point in my life when I would say that, you know, Dragon Ball, we haven't really had a bad Dragon Ball series. There's Dragon Ball GT, but at worst, that's just mediocre. We haven't had something definitively terrible. We've had Dragon Ball, which that series, if you take it on its own, is fucking great. Dragon Ball Z, which that's mostly good for the fight scenes. Story-wise, some of it doesn't make sense, but they at least try to make it make sense. Dragon Ball GT, the first two arcs are legitimately great, at least from my perspective. The final two arcs are rushed as hell, but they get the job done. Dragon Ball Super, we have not had a single good fucking arc at all. Battle of Gods arc, I don't feel like listing every reason why that arc falls apart, so I will put in the description a video by Hail Zeon, and where he goes detail by detail why the Battle of Gods arc doesn't make sense. The Resurrection F arc, which also falls flat, not just by the animation, but by the extra details they try to cram in, and not to mention pretty much everything else. Like, I don't think there's a single good thing. Like, they throw in Ginyu, which he shouldn't even be alive, considering the wish that they used in the Buu Saga was bring back every good-hearted person who was killed by Buu. Ginyu is not good-hearted. How the fuck is he back? They don't even try to explain it. But whatever. Not to mention how he traded bodies with Tagoma. Doesn't make any sense. Apparently he can just write things in the sand and switch bodies with people, which kind of implies he doesn't need to speak it, so why the hell is he yelling "change now" when he uses it? But God. And also there's the Goku Black arc that it had some good action moments, but that's about it, because the story does not make any sense. The temporal causality loop doesn't work with the Dragon Ball method of time travel. This point, the Patara earrings, no matter how you look at it, the Patara earrings create a massive fucking plot hole, because either the earrings don't do anything and they're basically like a king's crown, they're just there to show authority, which would mean that if that is the case, then the Universe 10 God Destruction is still alive, so he's a lazy fucking douchebag who doesn't do anything to stop his own Kaioshin, or the earrings themselves make you a Supreme Kai, in which case the Universe 10 God Destruction is dead. He died when Gawasu died, and Zamasu put on the earrings. which also creates another plot hole with the Vegito thing, because the earrings themselves make you Supreme Kai, rendering that Supreme Kai, if you're not a Supreme Kai, the fusion is temporary thing. And either way, that creates a massive, it's a massive plot hole with the God Destruction thing. It's a minor plot hole with the Vegito thing, but a plot hole is still a plot hole. And those aren't the only ones, those are just the big ones that annoy me. And the Tournament of Power, if you condense this down into like 20 episodes, I feel like it would have been a lot better. But over 60 fucking episodes, and it's still going on. That's just, god damn it. Fucking terrible. And everybody in the fucking tournament is a complete fucking retard. Like Piccolo, when he gets knocked out, he just kind of falls out like a bitch. But he showed, I think in that same episode, or maybe it was the episode prior, that he has stretchy arms that he could have just grabbed onto the edge of the platform and lifted himself back up. Tien Shinhan, he has the multiform technique, which I'm just doing the Naruto thing because it's easier. But, well, I guess it'd be this for the multiform. And, he could have just had his clones fighting, and then he hides in like a crater or something. And, if Tien got knocked out, oh my god, Tien got knocked out. Oh, wait, it was actually a multiform clone. He's still in there, because he's actually fucking intelligent. Nope. Just nope. And everybody else who doesn't have something like this, Goku has the fucking instant transmission, so as long as there's one person on there, he should be able to just teleport himself back onto the ring. I forget if he actually did that, but also, everyone else who has energy should be able to just blast themselves back up, because you can propel yourself with your energy blast. Nobody thinks to fucking do this. And I wouldn't mind so much if everybody on Universe 7, or anybody in the tournament for that matter, was a complete fucking moron. But they're not. At least the majority of people on Universe 7's team is supposed to be somewhat intelligent. Goku is an idiot in everyday situations, but he's intelligent when it comes to fighting. Vegeta I'm going to give a pass to because he was supposedly out of energy when he fell out. But Android 18 does not get an excuse, she has infinite fucking energy. This fucking show. But anyway, that's about all I got. Let me know your thoughts. Am I wrong? Am I right? Whatever. See ya.